Looking first of all at the leaders, well, it's great conditions for them. They're in the southeasterly trades, probably about 15 knots. They're making generally over 20 knot averages, heading directly north and crossing the equator later on today. Doldrums don't look too bad at all. So let's play the animation for them to start with. As I say, they're going, this is the equator. Doldrums are actually still quite far to the east, so a relatively straightforward passage for them. Meantime, Sebastian Simon has readjusted out to the east. He's in the trade winds as well, but passing much, much closer to the Brazilian coast. Then quickly, if we look back here, this is the second group really is now much more compact. They're coming to the semi-permanent cold front just here really, and this high pressure zone more to their west. So there's a big conundrum for them how they get through that. We can see Chiral and Nico Lundven and some of the boats staying further out to the east, sailing more distance in effect. But the boats to the west, like Boris and Sam Goodchild behind them, Justine Metro staying more to the west generally, sailing perhaps through lighter and more unstable conditions. But that really is a little bit theoretical. We're going to have to watch that, how that develops over the next 24 hours. So that's the situation for that group. Now then, for the boats around Cape Horn, and round about the Falklands, these bands of high pressure still giving some problems. But the great news for this group here, Sam, Benjamin Dutroux and Clarice, they're now clear of the ice exclusion zone. They're in a good southerly, southeasterly breeze and going quite fast now. Otherwise, back here, it's still quite complicated with this lee on this high pressure zone here. And Jean Le Cam here just passing to the west of the east of the Falklands, sorry. Quite good conditions for him, and actually catching up with Damien Sagan and Roman Attanasio, who are further to the west. Alan Rura here, Isabel Joschk and our Italian skipper Giancarlo Padotti. Once again, we know they're slowed down. They have this 35, 40 knot front just at Cape Horn, so they're slowed down for a few hours just to let that pass, the front pass, and they'll come through Cape Horn later on. Otherwise, pretty good conditions for this main group further back, the group of 9 or so daggerboard boats. Generally fairly moderate conditions and quite decent for them, going fast. So that's that group. And looking in a little more detail at the boats behind, well, no big problems for them just now. Generally, this big high pressure zone still affecting our Swiss skipper Ollie here and Tut Gut. Unfortunately, he's been trapped in this high pressure zone for days, still going very slowly, and generally a little bit of a better wind angle. He was upwind before. Otherwise, it's generally light wind conditions for the boats behind. So that's the weather just now, Sunday.